Alright. The next section on sample test 3 asks me to factor -1 out of the expression -x minus 3y. This is just reinforcing the idea that when I factor out a -1, I change all the signs of everything I factored out. So a -1 comes out. I don't really need the 1, I can just put the negative sign outside. What used to be -x is being divided by -1, and what used to be -3y is also being divided by -1. So what ends up happening is the negative sign stays outside. In parentheses, I just get the opposite signs of what I used to have. I used to have a -x, it's now positive. I used to have a -3y, it's now positive 3y. So when I factor a -1 out, it changes all the signs. For number 5, factor the trinomial x squared plus 7x plus 10. I'm going to use the method that I showed in class. I always start with 2 parentheses. I put x and x. I bring down the first sign. This second sign tells me same or different. Plus means same, minus means different. This tells me same as what I had before a plus, so this is also a plus. Now that I have my signs correct, I read the question as multiplies to this and either adds or subtracts to this. So multiplies to 10 and adds to 7. I write the ways to multiply to 10. This one, 1 plus 10 would give me 11, not 7. This one, 2 plus 5, gives me 7, which is what I was looking for. I put the larger one in the first parentheses, the smaller one in the second parentheses. Same steps for number 6. I start out, parentheses, parentheses. I put in my x and x. I bring down the first sign, plus, then I look at the second sign. The second sign says different from the first sign, different from positive is negative. I now look at how to read it. Multiplies to 24, subtracts to 5. If I want to multiply to 24 and subtract to 5, I look at the different ways to multiply to 24. 24 minus 1 gives me 23. Doesn't work. 12 minus 2 gives me 10. 8 minus 3 gives me 5. That's what I was looking for. Bigger one here, smaller one here. For number 7, I look and see that there's not just an understood 1 in front of the squared term. That makes me think I may have to use the cross method that we learned. But before I do that, I look to see if exactly what's in front can go evenly into each other term. 7 does go evenly into 49. It does go evenly into 42. So while the cross method would get me the right place, it'd be a lot more work. When I can just pull out the number in front of the squared term, I'd rather do that. So I'm pulling out the 7, which means I'm really taking 7y squared and dividing it by 7. I'm taking -49y and dividing it by 7. And I'm taking 42 and dividing it by 7. So that leaves me with 7 parentheses. These go away and just leave me with y squared. 49 divided by 7 is 7, so it becomes minus 7y. And then 42 divided by 7 is 6, so it becomes plus 6. Even though this 7 stays out front, I can still do my 2 parentheses method now, because what's inside, which I'm factoring, has a single y squared or an understood 1 in front of the y squared. So now I put in y and y. This negative sign comes down. This positive sign means same. Same as negative is negative. I now read the equation as I'm looking for 2 numbers that multiply to 6 and add to 7. The ways to multiply to 6 are 1, 6, 2, 3. 1 plus 6 is 7, so that is what I want. Larger number first, smaller number second.